Tether is suspicious, maybe it's not fully backed.
They're creating more out of thin air and then using that to buy and accumulate Bitcoin.
Because there is no transparency in Tether. That's the problem, is they were issuing Tether in whenever it was needed out of thin air. It was not backed by dollars.
There might be a fair amount of gambling mentality coming into that trust.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's get right into today's video. As you guys know, I've been talking about Tether. And this is a very, very bad situation to be in. I'm not trying to create any kind of panic or spread any kind of FUD. I'm just bringing us down to reality. Because very soon, this needs to be addressed. And if this doesn't get addressed the right way, then we're going to be in for a wild ride. And there's going to be a massive discount where I'll be going shopping. And we could see potentially wicks down to a 20-cent XRP. Or 30-cent XRP, 40-cent XRP is in the horizon if Tether doesn't get addressed properly. But this is going to be a very, very interesting couple months ahead of us. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll let you guys be the judge of this. I'm going to just present to you guys the information and the ownership structure and what's going on right now with Tether. But stick to the very end because this is very important and you need to be educated on this. Here we have Terra. Remember Terra Luna? The big collapse? They bought 230 million worth of Bitcoin and it was to back their stablecoin. This was April 6, 2022. And then on May 5th, Luna had acquired another 1.5 billion Bitcoin to back their stablecoin. And you know what happened after that? You know, they went bust. And then they started selling their Bitcoin to keep their stablecoin and a whole lot of data. And it's unsustainable. And I'm not, with Tether, I'm not even going to get into them being shady and all the, negative stuff that they've done. There's so much. This is going to be just the tip of the iceberg. But this is going to be hardcore evidence that I believe I could change 80%. 80% of you guys are going to see this and say, wow, you know what? There's something going on here. Now we have Tether, May of last year. They were spending millions to buy Bitcoin to diversify their USDT reserves. And Phil Potter, he is the CEO of Bitfinex. And he is also one of the co-founders of Tether. This is ridiculous. Wait until you see this. And then we have Giancarlo Devasani, and he's one of the founders of Bitfinex. And guess what? Tether. Fast forward to January of this year, Tether now owns $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin. That is ridiculous. You see how they're doing Terra's tactic? Terra went bust after 1.5 billion. And so far, Tether has accumulated $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin. It gets more interesting. We have Philip Potter and Giancarlo, which I just showed you guys here. They are the co-owners of Tether Holdings since inception. Like, what's going on here? This is, you have USDT and Bitfinex pretty much doing wash trades, you could say, in a way. And here we have Philip Potter leading back to Tether. And then we also have another individual. I'm just giving you guys the legal ends of this. What's the structures looking like? Stuart Hogner. He's the general counsel, you won't believe this, at Bitfinex and Tether. He doesn't want to post that on his LinkedIn profile, but Forbes is going to mention it under his profile. He is worth $2.5 billion as of yesterday, recently updated. And Stuart Hogner has served as general counsel for Tether and its sister company Bitfinex since 2014. So they have been running these three, they have been running this massive Ponzi scheme which in my opinion, eventually, if it doesn't get addressed, it's going to pop. But the only way this doesn't pop, if somehow this is just deeply manipulated and everybody is in on it. But I feel like that could be the case, but it'll still have a negative downside. It'll be a huge buying opportunity. It would be a huge shift. A lot of people are going to get flushed out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's just these three guys. Giancarlo, Philip, owners of Bitfinex and Tether, running the show, and their general counselor, Stuart Hogner, worth $2.5 billion. Like, give me a break. Ranked 1,300 in the world today. 1,300 behind USDT. Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is really bad. But it will bounce back, folks. Remember, systemic resolution. Remember that? We'll get into that again in the near future. But they're ready for everything. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below.
Building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.